When I coach back tucks, I tell my athletes they have to flex their toes and drive their ankles behind their heads. Do you know when I get them into a habit of flexing their toes and driving their ankles behind their heads? I'll give you a secret. It's long before they have to throw a back tuck. I get them in that habit when they're learning their backward rolls. Do you want to know why? Because I think it's important to set our athletes up for success long before they have to be successful. So today, I'm going to teach you how to set your athletes up for success in jumps. Today, I am going to scientifically prove to you why you should start making your athletes yell hit at the top of their jumps. Welcome to the ZoShow Live. I am your host, Coach Zo. Today's episode is brought to you by Distal Point Tumbling. Distal Point Tumbling, a mobile tumbling program in Kansas. We have the equipment, we have the expertise. Let Distal Point come to you. Now, why should you be yelling hit at the top of your jumps? First things first. When you yell hit, you can do it right now, you're exhaling. All right? Now, why is that important? Well, yelling hit at the top of your jumps makes your jumps sharper. Okay, coach. I'll bite. How does yelling hit at the top of my jumps, how does exhaling make my jumps sharper? No problem. Now, I'm going to be honest. We're about to get nerdy. So get ready to get nerd out with me, all right? Here we go. First things first, okay? I'm Coach Zo. I'm your host. I am a certified personal trainer. I am a certified bodybuilding specialist. I am certified in strength and conditioning for like strength classes, high school strength and conditioning, and long-time cheer coach. Been doing this since 2010. I have all the scientific backgrounds necessary to make these claims, so I'm going to make these claims. Ready? If you Google what happens during expiration, okay, what happens when you exhale, hit, it'll say, when the lungs exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and the volume in the thoracic cavity decreases. That's a lot of science. Luckily for you, I love science. Okay. What does that mean? The thoracic cavity decreases. That means that the space in your in this area, your thorax, decreases. Okay. Now, when we're doing a jump, we want that space to be as small as possible, especially that toe touch, those pikes were bending in half. So that's one reason why we want to exhale, why we want to yell hit at the top of our jumps. It's going to make our thoracic cavity smaller. Next. Okay. If we are doing, no, I said that already. Another reason we yell hit is because during the exhaling process, your abs contract, okay? You squeeze your abs when you exhale. You squeeze your abs when you yell hit. So by yelling hit, now you're engaging your core. A lot of people have a hard time knowing how to engage their core. So if you force them to engage their core, you don't have to ask them to do it, okay? You take those variables out. So number one, you're decreasing the thoracic cavity. You're making this part smaller. You're making it easier to bend in half. Number two, you're forcing the athlete to use their abs, engage their core in the middle of their jumps. Lastly, okay, by yelling hit at the top of your jump, it guarantees you inhale at the bottom of your jump, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 is when we yell hit. That means that on 3, we're taking that deep breath so we can make sure that we yell hit on 4. Why is that important? Well, because we're about to jump. When we take a deep breath, we bring in air, we bring in oxygen, and we need that oxygen to power the cells, to power our muscles, right? If you think about a supercharged car, like a Hemi, like a car with a Hemi, like a Challenger, right? The old school Dodge Challengers, the turbo on them, all it did was bring more air into the engine, which made the engine work better. It's the same thing, okay? By yelling hit, we're inhaling on the down part, we're bringing in more air so that when we go up, we have more energy to hit our jumps with. That's science, okay? You don't have to argue with me, argue with your mama, okay? We need to start yelling hit at the top of our jumps. Number one, it decreases the thoracic cavity. Number two, okay, It forces us to engage our abs. And then number 3, it forces us to take in more air for our jumps. I'm sorry that I can't remember what I just said, but there's stuff going on my screen that's like taking my attention. But yes, okay? Minimize your thoracic cavity, giving you, in essence, you're getting more flexibility, right? And let's think about, just think about being your best, right? Every little bit helps. So by decreasing our thoracic cavity, we get more flexibility. By increasing the amount of oxygen we take in, we can become more powerful. And by yelling hit, by exhaling, we're forcing ourselves to squeeze our abs. And those are the 3 reasons we should be yelling hit at the top of our jumps. Okay? You want more jump training? You want more jump drills? Download a copy of my jump training video. It's free. All yours. You can have it. Okay? You want to learn how to coach a round off from scratch? I have a training video for that. You want to learn how to coach flyers? You want to learn how to be a better flyer? You want to learn how to help your flyers? You want to know what workouts your flyers should know? Guess what? I have a book for that. So, hit my website, go to my page, see all the tools and skills that I have, all the tools, drills and skills that I have for you. Get what you need. Don't be helpless. You can do this. All right, coaches, let's get the tools that we need to help the athletes that we lead succeed. I'm your host, Coach Zo, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.